You're driving to work, sitting at a red light, and a pristine matte black G-Wagon pulls up next to you. The guy driving looks like he's maybe 28 years old. He's wearing a Rolex that catches the morning sun. He's sipping an $8 iced matcha, and you look down at your steering wheel, thinking, what does he know that I don't? How is he making so much money? Here's the thing, he might be completely broke. In fact, statistically speaking, the people who look the richest are often drowning in high-interest debt. They are leasing the car, financing the watch, and sweating every time their credit card statement hits their inbox. The actual wealthy, the top 1%, they don't want you to see their money. They are actively hiding it. And they aren't doing it with cartoonish briefcases of cash or secret Cayman Island bunkers. They are hiding it right out in the open. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how they do it. My name is Ram, and I spend way too much time thinking about the psychology of money, wealth architecture, and why smart people make terrible financial decisions. Only as someone who is tired of playing by the traditional financial rules, working yourself to the bone, and feeling like you're barely getting ahead. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Look, I need to start by challenging a massive assumption that society has drilled into your brain since you were a kid. We are taught that wealth is visible. We think wealth is a big house, a designer wardrobe, and first-class flights. But wealth is actually what you don't see. Wealth is the cars not purchased, the diamonds not bought, the renovations postponed. Wealth is financial assets that haven't yet been converted into stuff.
Here's what most people don't realize. According to data from Experian and automotive researchers, the most popular car brands driven by people with a household income over $250,000 aren't Mercedes or BMWs.
They are Fords, Toyotas, and Hondas. Why? Because the 1% understand something called financial camouflage. Psychologically, when you buy a luxury item to show off, you are doing two things. One, you are seeking external validation because you feel a gap in your own self-worth. And two, you are painting a massive target on your back. You are telling the IRS, you are telling salespeople, and you are telling litigators, hey, I have money, come take it. The ultra-wealthy think differently. I get it. They want to be invisible. They want control, not status. And they achieve this invisibility through three specific strategies. This is where it gets really interesting. If you look up the richest people in your city, chances are they don't own their own houses. Now you might be thinking, Ram, what are you talking about? Of course they own their houses. I've seen the mansions. No, you've seen a mansion. But if you go to the county clerk's office and pull the public deed, you won't see John Smith listed as the owner. You're going to see something like Blue Horizon Properties LLC, which is headquartered in Wyoming, which is managed by the Smith Family Irrevocable Trust, which is overseen by a trustee who isn't even a family member. It's a financial Russian nesting doll. Why do they do this? It's not just paranoia. It's a calculated shield against liability. Let's use a real example. Let's say you own a $2 million apartment building in your own name, and you also have $1 million in a personal brokerage account. If someone slips and falls on the icy sidewalk outside your apartment building, they aren't just going to sue you for the insurance money, they are going to sue you personally. And suddenly, your $1 million stock portfolio is completely exposed. And the 1% camouflage their assets by separating control from ownership. John Rockefeller famously said, own nothing, control everything. By putting assets into LLCs and trusts, they legally divorce their personal identity from their money. If the LLC gets sued, the LLC is liable. The rich person's personal bank account is safely hidden behind a corporate veil. Let's talk about taxes. I get so incredibly frustrated when I see hard-working professionals, doctors, engineers, small business owners making $200,000 a year, paying 35% of it in taxes, thinking there's no other way. The middle class makes money, pays taxes on that money, and tries to save what's left. The 1% makes money, runs it through an asset, pays zero taxes, and keeps everything. How? through something called phantom losses. Let's look at the math. Seriously, pay attention to this because it will change how you view the world. Let's say a wealthy investor buys a commercial property for $3 million. Now, to you and me, a building is a building, but to the IRS, a building is a depreciating asset. The IRS says, hey, over time, the roof will cave in, the pipes will rust, the building will lose value. So they let you deduct the cost of the building over 27.5 or 39 years. Let's do the math on a commercial property. That $3 million building might allow for a depreciation deduction of around $75,000 a year. Now let's say this building generates $60,000 a year in pure cash flow. The rich guy is putting $60,000 of cold hard cash into his pocket every single year. But when tax time comes around, he tells the IRS, hey, I made $60,000 in rent, but my building depreciated by $75,000. $60,000 minus $75,000 is negative $15,000. On paper, to the government, this guy just lost $15,000. He pays absolutely $0 in income tax on that rental cash. Meanwhile, in reality, the property is actually going up in market value, and he's pocketing the 60 grand. His income is completely camouflaged by legal paper losses. According to a 2023 wealth report, ultra-high net worth individuals allocate over 20% of their portfolios to commercial real estate for exactly this reason. Now we get to the holy grail of financial camouflage. The strategy that billionaires use to fund their extravagant lifestyles without ever showing a high income. It's called buy, borrow, die. Here is a shocking statistic. In 2007, Jeff Bezos, one of the richest men on the planet, paid exactly $0 in federal income taxes. Zero. How is that mathematically possible when you are worth billions? Because the IRS only taxes income. They tax you when you sell something and realize a gain. They do not tax wealth.
If you have $5 million in stock and you want to buy a $1 million yacht, the middle class mindset says, I will sell $1 million of my stock, pay 20% in capital gains taxes, which is $200,000, and buy the boat with the remaining $800,000. Boom, you just lost 200 grand.
The 1% mindset, they walk into a private bank and say, I have $5 million in stock. I don't want to sell it. Will you give me a $1 million line of credit and use my stock as collateral? The bank says, absolutely. Since your stock is backing the loan, it's very low risk for us. We'll charge you 3% interest. The wealthy person takes the $1 million loan, tax-free, because debt is not taxable income, and buys the yacht. Their $5 million in stock stays in the market, growing at historically 8% to 10% a year. The growth of their stock completely outpaces the 3% interest on the loan. Their wealth is camouflaged as debt. On paper, they look like they owe $1 million. In reality, they are using the bank's money to fund their life, keeping their own assets untouched and untaxed until the day they die and pass it on through a step-up in basis, which wipes out the tax completely for their kids. Buy the asset, borrow against it, die with it. Now you might be thinking, okay, Ram, this is fascinating, but I don't have $5 million in stock or a $3 million apartment building. Why does this matter to me? Is this just a video to make me mad at rich people? No, absolutely not. Because the principles scale. You don't need $1 million to start thinking like the 1%. You just have to change your psychology and start implementing the basic architecture of wealth. Here are the 3 actionable steps you need to take right now. Step 1, stop optimizing for status and start optimizing for equity. Every time you are tempted to finance a car to impress people at a red light, realize that you are choosing visibility over actual wealth. Take that $600 a month car payment and redirect it into an S&P 500 index fund. Camouflage your money in the market. Step 2, build your own basic corporate veil. If you have a side hustle, freelance income, or a small business, Stop operating as a sole proprietor under your own name. Spend the $200 to set up a basic LLC. Get a separate business bank account. Start learning how to legally separate you, the person, from you, the business. It's the first step to protecting your assets. Step 3. Shift your view on debt. Consumer debt, credit cards, auto loans is financial poison. It destroys you. But asset-backed debt, like a mortgage on a rental property that pays for itself, is a tool. Stop being afraid of good debt and start learning how the wealthy use leverage to acquire assets that produce cash flow. Look, the system is designed to keep you on a treadmill. But work hard, show off your paycheck with shiny objects, pay half your income in taxes, and repeat until you're 65. The top 1% stepped off that treadmill decades ago. They realized that true wealth is quiet. It's hidden in holding companies, it's sheltered by depreciation, and it's protected by a deep understanding of the tax code. It's not about hiding money to do something illegal. It's about protecting your energy, your future, and your family from a system that is designed to extract wealth from the uninformed. Start camouflaging your financial life. Stop caring about looking rich, and start focusing on actually being wealthy. If this video shifted your perspective today, do me a favor, hit the like button so the algorithm knows this is valuable. Subscribe to the channel so we can keep building your financial IQ together, and share this with one friend who needs to hear it. I'm Ram. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.